Coventry City team news. Marc-Antoine Fortuné, Adam Armstrong and George Thomas up front. They're not going to win. Thomas is about 18. He's younger than me.
You're about in the 20s.
Ah, I am 20.
Same age as my sister.
Mm. Oh, he's not. He's not good.
He's better than our players.
Yeah, because he's a professional.
No, he isn't.
Yes, he is. He's a professional.
For fun.
They're still professionals, though. See, this level, it's semi-professional.
So this level's semi?
Yeah, it's that semi-professional league.
We're nearly in the professional.
Yeah, we're nearly there. We're nearly there.
Are they the officials?
Yeah, they're the league officials, so they'll be giving out the trophy later.
If we win.
If we win. Well, when we win. Here we go.
It might be hard to match now.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. Right. Going live in 10 seconds.
10, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
It's been raining, it's been pouring, but it looks perfect for goal scoring. I tell you what, we have had some crazy weather over the past week, and once again, it has been heaving it down here at Studley, here at the Beehive, as it's called by the Studley fans. But the rain has ceased, the pitch is looking a lovely lush green, and the promotion party is set to begin. It's Coronation Day for Coventry United, live on Hillz FM Matchday, live coverage of Studley versus Coventry United, where, well, fingers crossed, United will be lifting the Midland League Division 1 trophy this afternoon. It would have been nice if they could have lifted it on home turf, but the trophy is here. It's been polished up nicely, and all it will take is a United win or draw to pick up the trophy. And really, even if United lose, Bromsgrove have still got to score 20 goals, or there's got to be a 20-goal swing for Bromsgrove to keep their title hopes alive. Bromsgrove play for the final time today. They are playing Cadbury. So basically, come full time, if Bromsgrove haven't beaten Cadbury by, let's say, around 15 goals, then no matter what Coventry United have done, it is game over, and the Red and Green Army can celebrate a third successive promotion. But you can't take anything for granted, especially in this game. So let's keep our fingers crossed that the boys in Red and Green can do what they need to do today, score a couple of goals, and ensure that the Midland League Division 1 trophy comes home to Sphinx Drive this evening. Right, we have got your team news through this afternoon, so let's go straight into it, starting with our hosts. Studley, starting in goal, number 1, Brandon Bunn. 2, Gary Turner. 3, Matt Edwards. 4, Danny Byford. 5, Orin Penley. 6, Gary Joins. 7, Danny Stokes. You'll recognise that name if you're a Coventry United fan. Number 8, Robbie Bunn. 9, Charlie Wilson. And number 10 is Joe Knight. 11 is Kyle Mullen. And on the bench for the Bees, number 12, Declan Prince. 14, Wagner Kidiambiko. I'm still having nightmares about that name. 15, Charlie Evans. And 16 is Ashley Bunn. Okay, are you set for the Coventry United team news? Here we go. Starting in goal, number 1, Rich Morris. 2, Pierre Moodim. 3, Thomas Glasgow. 4, Rob Prinzel. 5, Callum Burgess. 6, Jamie Coleman. 7, Rich Blythe. 8, Chris Cox. Number 9, Josh Blake. 10, Josh O'Grady. And 11 is Gift Musa. And on the bench for United, number 12, Martin Hutchcox. 13, Joe Connor. 14, Matt Brown. 15, Muzzy Unduna. And number 16 is Brian Unlove. So we are 25 minutes away from kickoff here on Hillz FM Matchday with Liam Cook. It's going to be a fantastic match, I'm sure you'll agree. And on Thursday night, we're all set to go for the title coronation. Unfortunately, needless to say, it didn't happen, which was absolutely bitterly disappointing. And to be honest with you, I was out on the turf I've never done this before. I've never been roped into it before, but the rain was absolutely hammering it down. I thought, you know what, I'm going to leave my stuff in the clubhouse. Well, I tried to leave it in the clubhouse, but it turned out it was in the equipment shed. Anyway, in all my finery, my jeans, my nice shoes, everything, I thought, you know, I'll get nice suited and booted for today's game, seeing as it's the title celebration. No, I went onto the pitch, and it's absolutely flooded. And I'm not talking about, just a little bit of water here and there. Seriously, the penalty area was flooded, the centre circle was flooded. It was absolutely crazy. So there was myself, the United coaching staff, a couple of players, a couple of fans, just trying to shift some water off the pitch. And despite our valiant efforts, the game didn't go ahead. And we were having nightmares when we were sat in the clubhouse this afternoon when we saw the rain coming down once again. Pretty heavy as well. We had some hailstones. No thunder this time, but it was a pretty nasty piece of weather. Thankfully, though, it's now cleared up. It's not exactly a bright blue sky over the Beehive, but it looks suitable for football. And may I say, the pitch is in absolutely fantastic condition. Kudos to the groundsman, but there's not very, well, from what I can see, it's a very flat surface. Not too many muddy patches across the pitch, and also they do actually have a 3G pitch on the other side of the ground. Unfortunately, we won't be able to use that because of league regulations. But you know what? I think this pitch will do nicely. It could be the scene of another historic day for Coventry United. Of course, this is just their third season in existence. They've already got 2 back-to-back promotions under their belts, and now just one single point would seal a third straight back-to-back promotion for Coventry United and will ensure that United join the likes of Coventry Sphinx and Sporting Cowser in the Midland League Premier Division next season. And of course, you can catch every single minute of every single game from Coventry United next season when Hillz FM Matchday returns for our pre-season friendlies in July. And I'll tell you what, I've just been checking the fixtures for Coventry City as well. They've released a couple of pre-season friendly fixtures that are set to play, and they usually have the match at Nuneaton at Liberty Way in July. And I've just found out that actually the match between Nuneaton Town and Coventry City is going to take place on Saturday the 9th of July, which is actually one day before my 21st birthday. So you know what, pints are all on me on that day. Should be good, but of course we've still got another 180 minutes of football plus added time, of course, for Coventry United in the 2015-16 campaign. It feels like yesterday that we started back at Atherstone at Sheepy Road, where United lost, I think it was 5-2 that day in the Birmingham Midweek Floodlit Cup. Needless to say, it wasn't exactly a fantastic game for us to start with, and also we were abundant with technical issues. The battery ran out, the microphone wasn't working very well. It took us a few weeks to sort that out, but you know what, we had a couple of teething problems at the start of match day, but they've surfaced out now. We've had a fantastic time over the past few weeks and months. We've got to know the lads very well, the coaching staff, the fans, they've all been absolutely fantastic. I know we've still got another 2 matches to go. We've got today's match against Studley, and then the rearranged fixture on Tuesday, which was supposed to take place on Thursday. It didn't quite happen, so the Littleton match is going to be on Tuesday. So I know it's not the end of the season, but I would like to take this opportunity to thank every single man, woman and child associated with Coventry United. The fans, the coaches, the management, the executives, everyone at Coventry United, thank you so much for your support this season. It really does mean a lot, and of course we'll see you next season starting in July, fingers crossed, for our pre-season friendlies, and match will be back bigger and better than ever, I am sure. Right, we're not the only game going on around. A lot of Toffees fans want to replace Martinez, so this could be a very interesting one. We've got Newcastle versus Crystal Palace. Big game for Newcastle as they try and avoid relegation. A very winnable game there at home to Palace. Stoke versus Sunderland. Of course, Stoke have not been in the best of form since losing Jack Butland to injuring himself in the game in Berlin between Germany and England. They're taking on another relegation-threatened team in Sunderland, so this could be the perfect time for the Black Cats to go to the Britannia. I tell you what, it's never a good time to go to the Britannia Stadium, but they've picked their moment, haven't they? Watford versus Aston Villa. Of course, Aston Villa already down. A lot of pressure on Quique Sanchez-Flores as well, the Watford manager. He needs a win here today. West Bromwich Albion versus West Ham United. Not a lot riding on that game. West Ham pretty much out of the European slots now. They're not going to be going into the Champions League. Europa League is still an opportunity. They've still got a chance to do that, but Champions League is now pretty much gone. West Brom safe from relegation. Not so for Norwich City. They have to go to Arsenal and get something to avoid being left behind by Newcastle and Sunderland. And of course, Arsenal need the points to solidify their own European football spot. Of course, the Champions League places in the top 4. They need to win to make sure they are in Europe's biggest spectacle next season. On to the Sky Bet Championship. We've got one full-time result. Bolton Wanderers 1, Hull City 0. Absolutely amazing result. We were sat in the clubhouse watching this game, and the United team just went mad when Bolton scored. And it was Stephen Dobby who scored a half volley just in front of the goal. On to the fixtures now. Brentford take on Fulham. We've got Bristol City versus Huddersfield Town. Ipswich versus MK Dons. Of course, MK Dons already relegated now. They're going to be back in League One next season. Leeds United against another relegated team in Charlton. Nottingham Forest versus Wolverhampton Wanderers. A nice little Midlands derby there. Reading versus Preston North End. Rotherham versus Blackburn. And Sheffield Wednesday versus Cardiff City. Now, we'd like to extend our congratulations to Wigan Athletic, who have wrapped up promotion with a 4-0 victory at Blackpool in the early kickoff. So Wigan are up after that 4-0 win at Bloomfield Road. On to the fixtures now. Barnsley take on already relegated Colchester United. Burton look to solidify their top 2 place. They're at home to Gillingham, who've really lost their way recently. Chesterfield are up against Bury. Coventry City take on Sheffield United. We'll bring some team news from that match a little bit later on. We've got Crewe versus Doncaster. Of course, Crewe already gone. Doncaster holding on with the skin of their teeth. Millwall against Oldham. Of course, Coventry City have got to get to Oldham on Sunday. We've got Rochdale versus Swindon. Scunthorpe United versus Port Vale. Shrewsbury versus Peterborough. And Southend versus Bradford. And finally, on to League 2. We've got Barnet versus Yeovil. Cambridge take on Plymouth Argyle. Carlisle United up against Oxford United. Dagenham versus Crawley. Of course, Dagenham already relegated. Exeter City versus Morecambe. Hartlepool against Portsmouth. Hey, what a trek that would be for the Portsmouth lads. Going all the way down from the south coast to the north coast to Hartlepool. Leyton Orient versus Mansfield Town. Newport against Notts County. Northampton Town will receive the League 2 trophy today after their match against Luton. So Sixfields will be seeing some glory today. Stevenage take on AFC Wimbledon. Wycombe versus Accrington Stanley, who, if results go their way, could seal promotion to League 1 for next season. Tell you what, who would have been thinking that we'd be saying that Accrington are going up at the start of the year? And finally, York City host their final League 2 match at home against Bristol Rovers. Of course, they're away on Saturday, but that's going to be their last match in the league. So it's the last time that their ground's going to be seeing League 2 football for at least 12 months. Okay, now we go on to the Midland League Division 1 action. And for the majority of clubs, this is the last time that they're going to be in action this season. United were supposed to be finishing their league campaign off today here against Studley, but because of the atrocious weather conditions on Thursday night during the home match against Littleton, that match has been postponed and rescheduled for Tuesday night at Sphinx Drive. So there's still one match to go, but for Studley at least, it's I believe it's their last game. In fact, now I'm just checking the upcoming fixtures. Actually, Studley are also playing on Tuesday night. They're away at Pelsall Villa, and actually there's quite a few teams that are going to be playing on not only on Tuesday but on Saturday as well. We've got matches for today, Tuesday. We've got 2 matches for Wednesday, 1 for Thursday, and we've got 2 for next Saturday as well. So there's still a couple of teams that are going to be in action. We do know that Bromsgrove are going to finish off their campaign today. They are away at Cadbury Athletic. So basically, as we've been saying, there's going to be a 21-goal swing between Coventry United and Bromsgrove in Sporting's favour. They've got to hope that United lose and Bromsgrove win in order to keep the title race open until Tuesday. Now, it seems very unlikely, but of course, unlikely isn't the same as certain. Let's go through the other Midland League Division 1 matches. We've got Bowhall Swifts versus Pilkington Triple X. Coventry Copswood are at home to Southam United. We've got Heath Hayes versus Nuneaton Griff. Heather St John's versus Pershore United. Leicester Road take on Addiston Town. Littleton versus Hinkley AFC. Pelsall Villa versus Stafford Town. And of course, we have got Coventry United against Studley, and finally Racing Club Warwick versus Lichfield. And we've got some more Kit Kats. We've got some more Kit Kats here at Matchday. So we're going to be full of chocolate after this week. We've got so many. How many have we got left?
About 30 or 40 left.
About 30 or 40 Kit Kats left.
Oh dear, put your fucking box away. Ain't sitting behind you. You're going to do that kind of thing. Put the recon.
Alright, I'm getting ripped to shreds once again by the Coventry United fans. Yeah, as well pointed out, no change there then. We have got 12 minutes to go until kick-off here at the ground that is affectionately known to as the home fans as the Beehive. We know it as the Studley Sports Centre. And you know what, I was really in a bit of a cheeky mood when we pulled into the car park here at the Beehive, and there was a bin that said Fortress on it. Now, of course, Fortress was the name of the company, but it said Fortress on it. So I said, Fortress, I won't say the word, but I'll say my bottom. That's all I'll say. So will Studley prove us wrong today? We'll have to wait and see as the Coventry United players make their way back into the dressing room. They're ready to go on this potentially pivotal afternoon here at the Beehive. Let's just hope there's not a sting in the tail for Coventry United. So next season, United could be going on, well, it seems very, very likely they'll be going on to the Midland League Premier Division. Teams like Alvechurch, Sporting Cowser, Coleshill Town, Walsall Wood, Loughborough University, Bognor St Michael's, Long Eaton United, Coventry Sphinx, Barden Hill, all destinations that await Coventry United. Of course, only one team gets to join that division in the right ways. Of course, we have a couple coming down as well. Well, of course, our thoughts do go out to the supporters of Bromsgrove Sporting, who it looks like are going to be staying down here for another season. It's very hard on the Sporting supporters who have been very persistent with their team this year. I've spoken to quite a few Bromsgrove fans who have been listening to the coverage over the past few weeks and months. So, of course, we send the very best to Bromsgrove Sporting and hope you do get up next year, because it really is a shame that only one of us could have gone up. And of course, they've had a fantastic season, and our best wishes go out to Bromsgrove.
There's only one little cup.
And there's only one person singing it.
Always. Always lovely, babe. At least you won't get wet today.
Who says? The lovely voice of Alan Howe you can hear there. Yeah, I'm live now, yeah. And I'll tell you what, hey, get an idea of how old Alan is, right? Yesterday, I believe was it 51 years since the record attendance at Highfield Road when Coventry City beat Wolves to win the First Division. £51,000 and £51,000 people there, and Alan has said that he was there. That tells you how old Alan is. There's more than one. There's more than one.
You trying to say I'm fat? No.
We don't have to say that.
Oh, sorry. Is that about it? I apologise. I started listening to that at Hillz FM.
And that rustling that you can hear, I'm having a Kit Kat. I could do with a break.
And no one hit me bag because it cost me 5 pence. I get a decent.
Nah, this one's alright. Specialist. Is that dry on there now? Oh yeah. He was absolutely peeing it down. And, yeah, I'm going to say yeah. You're right. Hey, for all I get chuckles that Kit Kat. I bet people listening on the air are going to be thinking, what on earth is he saying? Yeah, I'll see you. See you, bro. Yeah. Shouldn't be looking. Oh, cheers, boy.
You want a rucksack?
No, it's okay.
No. I'll get you a rucksack, Tuesday night.
For sure.
Yeah, fucking hell.
Oh, good.
I'll get you one.
No, thanks.
He's playing for his future, Marcus. If he plays well, he ain't got that chance.
Change it and put it on your back at the same time. That.
Yeah.
I'll get you a 17-inch one.
Oh, cheers. We are exactly 7 minutes away from kick-off. Yeah, you dare. Hey, they're taking the mick out of me builder's ball, right? Because, hey, I used to be a builder, you know, so I've got an excuse.
Don't let you commentate on all your change careers.
It's not fair. I feel victimised here.
BBC been advertising for young commentators.
No, I've seen it. What's saying?
BBC they said must be talented.
I haven't seen that.
Advertising for young commentators.
I'll have to have a look at that.
Sorry, call them up to 15. BBC. You'd be able to go with your mate Dearden then, wouldn't you? Pay him then.
Too soon, too soon. It's all gone to pot here. It used to be a nice intellectual broadcast, and now it's come to builders' bums and chocolate bars. That's all we're talking about now. No sign of the players just yet as the substitutes and the coaches make their way off the pitch, ready for the arrival of our two teams today. A potentially historic day here at the Studley Sports Centre. The crowning of the Kings of the Midlands coming up. And the referee calling the players out of their dressing rooms, and we are set to go. They are about to line up in what I would assume is a tunnel. It's a couple of cage gateways. Live coverage of Studley versus Coventry United coming up live on Hillz FM Matchday, the final away trip. That's if you can get a drum for next season. or just use Alan's belly. I'll get them made for next season. Yeah, I'm open to suggestions.
Premier League.
Yeah.
Why are you not so fucking miserable for? Miserable? Yeah, you've got to put your legs as well.
Hey, Alan, it's pressure.
Pressure? You don't know what
Here come the players of Coventry United lining up.
You'll know what pressure is, man. We need to upgrade the training.
Again, we'll go through the starting lineups for both sides just before kick-off. It's starting to spit once again. Got a couple of drops of rain coming down, but that's not going to dampen the Coventry United party.
Hey! Yeah, that's it!
As the United substitutes make way over to the bench, we've got Brian and Love, Joe Connor making their way over. Along with Muzzy and Duna. So we've got no David Allen on the bench.
Still got it, Joe. Don't know where.
There's no Kai Williams either. Harry Barnes and Luke Morn also make their way over, along with Matt Brown and the Coventry United manager, Terry Anderson, who's tasked with finishing off what Edwin Greaves started a couple of months ago. He's done a fantastic job And surely he's got to be the favourite to get the job on a permanent basis in the summer. I certainly can't think of anyone who could do a better job than Terry.
Work commitment, so
Oh yeah, no, it's just
Still
fun.
a silence there, Val.
At least we got your votes, lads.
We're going to try and get a chat with a couple of the United players and management after the game, assuming that United have won the league, of course. It would be awkward if we didn't.
After saying that, if we don't,
it goes to Tuesday, doesn't it? That's the case.
Of course, still one match to play on Tuesday night, the rearranged fixture against Littleton. But Coventry United and their fans will want to wrap this up this afternoon. The players of Studley and Coventry United waiting for the OK go from the referee. And here we go. It's Coronation Day for Coventry United, and the referees welcome the teams of Studley and Coventry United. The Kings-elects have got a job to do this afternoon. The champagne and the celebrations will have to wait for another couple of hours. United have got to get the points. They've got to make sure that they have something to celebrate this evening. It's certainly not all done and dusted yet. But all they require is 1 point. Just one. That's all they need. They don't want to have to rely on what Bromsgrove Sporting are doing at Cadbury, but of course we will keep you up to date with the latest goings on at the Triplex Sports Association ground. Coventry United in their red, white and green kits. Studley in their white shirts and sky blue shorts. So let's go through the starting lineups for today's match. Starting with our host, Studley. Starting on number 1, Brandon Bunn. 2, Gary Turner. 3, Matt Edwards. 4, Danny Byford. 5, Oren Penley. 6, Gary Joins. 7, Danny Stokes. 8, Robbie Bunn. Number 9, Charlie Wilson. 10, Joe Knight. And 11 is Kyle Mullen. And on the bench, 12, Declan Print. 14, Vagnor Kelly and Biko. 15, Charlie Evans. And 16, Ashley Bunn. Here we go, we're ready for the starting lineup for Coventry United. Starting for the Red and Green Army, number 1, Rich Morris. 2, Pierre Moodin. 3, Thomas Glasgow. 4, Rob Prinzel. 5, Callum Burgess. 6, Jamie Coleman. 7, Rich Blythe. 8, Chris Cox. 9, Josh Blake. 10, Josh O'Grady. And 11, Gift Musa. And on the bench, number 12, Martin Hutchcox, 13, Joe Connor, 14, Matt Brown, 15, Muzzy and Duna, and 16, Brian and Love.
No, you can't change the team. Absolutely not.
And it's just starting to spit once again here at the Beehive.
Is that giving them a bit of a hint? It's fine with that, yeah.
But come quarter to 5, the only liquid on that pitch is going to be champagne, if United can do their job.
It all depends on the team. I've not spoken to him at all. He knows the situation. They're playing really well. You can't change this. So he knows it. He understands that.
Captains meeting in the centre. The referee, Chris Cox, could be lifting a nice piece of silverware this afternoon. It's been shined up, polished, ready to go. So Danny Byford and Chris Cox shake hands and get set to go. And it is going to be Coventry United to kick things off. Blake, Blythe and O'Grady in the centre, as well as Chris Cox. Has got 4 men in the centre. Got 4 men in the centre circle. Coventry United faithful waiting with bated breath, just hoping to have something to celebrate this evening. We can't take anything for granted. United have got a job to do. The final away game of the season. for Coventry United, the match which could see them crowned champions for the 3rd season in a row. The referee blows his whistle. We are underway here at the Studley Sports Centre. It's Studley versus Coventry United live on Hillz FM Matchday. Immediately a foul by Gary Joins. Let's say it quickly. Blythe. His pass is blocked, but it should be caught up to by Glasgow. In fact, he's let it go out. Took a touch off Danny Byford before it went out. Glasgow to take it. He's got Blythe in support and Prinzel. Grady making some space. O'Grady chests it down. He's under pressure. Works his way past free. He ends up losing it to Charlie Wilson. Lofted away by Prinzel. Dealt with by Joins. Prinzel hoofs it forward. Blake's waiting. That's going to go straight back to the goalkeeper, Brandon Bunn. And he's let it go out for a goal kick.
Come on, you lot,
Of course, we'll keep you up to date with the latest goings on around the grounds. Coventry United making reference to Danny Stokes, a former Coventry United faithful, now in the colours of Studley. Will he have a hand in Coventry United having to wait until Tuesday to lift the trophy? Brandon Bunn takes the goal kick. And there's 3 players with the surname of Bunn in the matchday squad. You've got Brandon Bunn in goal. You've got the midfielder Robbie Bunn in the starting lineup. And then on the bench you've got Ashley Bunn. Coleman heads it to Josh O'Grady. He's got it on the halfway line, plays it back to Prinzel. Still trying to reign here at the Beehive. It's come back to Burrs, laid it off for Coleman. Onto the right hand of midfield, it's Gift Musa. Under pressure from Robbie Bunn. He's bundled over by the number 8, but suddenly come away with the ball. With the ball down line towards Wilson, well cut out by Burgess. Ball upfield, Josh O'Grady, space in front of him. He's got to make sure he gets away from his man. Squares it, Rich Blythe on the edge of the area. And Blake tries to lay it off to O'Grady. The touch wasn't quite there, but it's come to Blythe on the left-hand side of the penalty area. Plays it back, Glasgow. Cox. Long-range effort, blocked, and it's gone out for a corner. Coventry United, their first effort of the game, blocked well. I believe it was Owen Penley, final touch. And it's going to be Mr. Set Piece himself, Josh O'Grady, to take it on the right wing. And there's a little bit of a hullabaloo about the match balls here. They're actually switching the ball.
United! United!
Of course, the Coventry United faithful showing their support as always. That's headed wide. Ultimately comes to nothing. We've got a message from the Coventry United under-11s and under-15s Twitter account saying they're sitting in their hotel room in Dallas listening to the match commentary. Come on, the Red and Green Army. Bunn's going to take it. Prinzel gets there first before Wilson. Can Musa get there? No, he can't. Byford heads it forward. Back to Wilson. Flicks it on. Gary Turner. Byford's making the run. Gets better of Prinzel. Wilson on the edge of the area. Can't turn. It's cleared by Cox. Blythe will try and finish it off. It's come to Robbie Bunn. Turner's got it again on the right side. Byford makes the run. Trying to beat Prinzel here. And Prinzel boots it away and moves it towards the clubhouse. Luckily, it didn't hit any of the windows.
We're top of the league! We're Coventry United! We're top of the league!
Prinzel once again clears the throw. Further upfield this time, but once again it is in the favour of Studley.
I don't care! Because I'm not working! I'll see when I want!
Byford, poor first touch. Blythe able to clear it. Chested by Blake, flicked on by Cox. It should be easily dealt with there by Owen Penley. New ball, please. So that's 2 balls we've got through, and we're not even 5 minutes through. Glasgow's going to take this one.
Come on, United!
Once again, lays it off to Josh O'Grady, United's top scorer. Glasgow, back down line. Blythe, lofted ball. Cut out by Turner, but it's come to Glasgow once again. Turner, good slide tackle. Stokes puts it downfield. It's to Coventry United, throwing around 5 yards into the opposing half. And the former United man, Danny Stokes, getting a fair bit of stick from the United fans. He was making himself rather friendly with the United players earlier on. Still on good terms with the United players. Burgess, he's in the wrong half here. Moved him, first touch wasn't there, and Matt Edwards will clear this one. Wilson making the run, and Coleman with a slide tackle, putting it out for a Studley throw. Of course, we'll keep you up to date with the latest goings on around the ground, and an early goal from the Ricoh Arena. Coventry City lead Sheffield United by 1-0. And would you believe it, Marc-Antoine Fortuné scored 4 minutes in, and Marc-Antoine Fortuné of all people has put United in front, sorry, City in front against Sheffield United. Turner puts in the cross, it's headed away and cleared by Moodim. It was Coleman who got there first. Joins. Straight back to the goalkeeper, Brandon Bunn. Turner wants it on the right, he receives it. Plenty of space, but Blake is making the run over to try and put some pressure under him. Lofted ball towards Stokes. Coleman tries to hold him off. Stokes into the area, he's got to be careful here, fires it at goal, and it's just over the crossbar. I believe it had gone wide anyway. Will Danny Stokes be regretting his move? You got a question whether Danny Stokes is going to be happy with his move from Coventry to Studley, seeing as United are actually going up a division.
Fucking hell, Stokes, what's the matter with you? Ready for that wedding? Yeah, Stokes.
Danny Stokes getting a fair bit of stick from the United fans. It's all in good fun though. And a goal at Goodison Park. Everton lead Bournemouth by 1-0, and it's Tom Cleverley who scored the goal there. And what you're hearing is farmyard animal noises from the Coventry United fans. We've got cow noises, we've got duck noises, we've got sheep, we've got cattle, we've got everything. And we've got someone, I do not know who, he's wearing a mask, but he's got a cow mask on. It looks more like a horse. He's wore a cow mask on, it looks more like a horse. Let's hope United able to get it right on the pitch today. So 10 minutes gone, Studley 0, Coventry United 0. I'd say this coverage has gone way downhill. Here's Oren Penley. Flicked on by Byford. It's eventually found its way to turn after some good defensive pressure there from Glasgow. They took a touch of Danny Stokes. And Coventry United have a throw-in inside their own half. It's going to be Glasgow to take it. Down line. Headed up by Cox. Onto head of Moodim. Booted forward. Wilson. Coleman gets there first. Puts it out for a throw-in. Didn't quite go over the line. For a corner, so it's gone out for a throw-in. Wilson. Got Turner in support, lays it off to Gary Turner. Crosses it, Stokes has it at the near post, tries to turn Prinzel, and Prinzel does well and strides away with the ball, and he puts Chris Cox through with space on the left. Still going Cox, switches it onto the right hand side, tries to find O'Grady, and it's well blocked by Kyle Mullen. United have a throw halfway into the attacking area. There's been a fantastic start at Brentford. They're 2-0 up at home to Fulham, and also Blackburn Rovers lead Rotherham by 1-0. Just a couple of days after being told that their manager Paul Lambert was not going to be staying, and another goal. The Ricoh Arena and Coventry City are 2-0 up, and it's Andy Rose. 2 goals in the first 8 minutes. They have to wait until I start coming here, don't they? Nah, man, joking. Loving it here at Coventry United. Absolutely loving it. Studley have a throw inside United's half. It's Bunn. Crosses it in, and it's, well, it was gathered by Rich Morris. He ended up letting it slip out of his hands, but no one around him. It's up to Glasgow. Now Musa. There's a man on here. Plays it forward to Josh O'Grady. Space in the centre circle. Switches it onto the right-hand side. Now Pierre Moudin. Beats one. Can he beat Matt Edwards? No, he can't. Edwards wins the ball back and puts it out for a throw. And spot the large amount of rain we had before kick-off. The pitch looks in absolutely fantastic condition. Reardon plays a quick one for O'Grady, but the first touch wasn't quite there, and it's gone out for a throw-in to Studley. So Millwall lead Oldham by 1-0, and also Swindon are leading at Rochdale. And we've got our first goal in the Premier League as Everton lead against Bournemouth. O'Grady. Now Blythe on the right wing. Back to O'Grady. Flicks it back to Blythe. He's got Prinzel in the centre circle and he's found him. Forward to Musa. He's got on the edge of the area. Lays it off. Glasgow. He's forced backwards. But a free kick is given to Coventry United. The foul on Gift Musa by Joe Knight. Latest score from the match that we all want to know the score from. Cadbury Athletic 0, Bromsgrove Sporting 0 at the Triplex Sports Association ground. O'Grady takes a quick free kick and it's in! The goalkeeper was quite ready for that one! Josh O'Grady with a perfect ping into the net! Lobs it over, taking a touch in up the far post. The goalkeeper was at his near post. I don't think he was expecting it. He asked the referee whether we could take it quickly. The referee said yes, and Coventry United take the lead. Let's hear from the Coventry United fans. They're nearly there. The first step has been taken. Coventry United lead Studley by 1-0. And just as Pete Schofield, one of the United chairmen, drops the champagne next to me, he's trusting me with the champagne here. Pete, are you sure you want to trust me with all this champagne?
Excuses. Get the champagne out. What, do you want to bottle of champagne here?
Fucking Jane Wood said you could have one.
And Thomas Glasgow's making his way off the pitch, receiving a little bit of treatment. But as things stand, no matter what Bromsgrove do, Coventry United will be champions at the final whistle. But of course, we have still got 75 minutes of football remaining here at the Beehive. And Studley kick things off once again. Turner. Byford nearly lost it there. He's played it onto the right, left-hand side to Matt Edwards. Strides forward. Finds Mullen. It's a throw into Studley. And there's going to be a yellow card here. I believe is it Thomas Glasgow? It is. It's a yellow card for Thomas Glasgow. Now, I'm not too certain why it would be, but I can assume it's because he came onto the pitch too early. Glasgow received some treatment from the United fitness coach. And of course, the laws of football say if a player receives treatment, he has to go off the field for a short period of time. It appears that Glasgow came on without the referee's consent. Now Studley lose the ball in the centre. Blake is off to Blythe. Now Glasgow plays it back to Blythe. Prinzel. Musa negs Dan Stokes, but Stokes able to slide tackle and win the ball back from his former United teammate. There's been another goal at Goodison Park. Everton 1, Bournemouth 1. And the score at the Ricoh Arena remains Coventry City 2, Sheffield United 0. Signing off in style at the Ricoh Arena, their last home game of the season. It's United's last away game of the season. They've still got a match on Tuesday night against Littleton, but a draw today would ensure that the silverware comes home with the Red and Green Army today. O'Grady tried to put it through for Blake. He took a touch with O'Grady. Tripped. A free kick.
Get ready for us, you boys.
Let's go again, boys. Come on, United.
Of course, they've got to be careful here.
Don't miss this one, Cal. Yeah, don't miss this one.
Get your dad's phone ready.
There's a free kick to Coventry United. A trip from behind by Joins. And of course, we know what happened last time. Joshua Gray taking advantage when the goalkeeper Brandon Bunn wasn't ready.
Get the Lionel's phone number.
And O'Grady eyeing up his options. I think he wanted for himself a four-man wall, including Stokes and Byford. O'Grady gets ready. He's eyeing up that far post. He decides to cross. It's headed away by Matt Edwards, but it's gone out for a Coventry United throw, just level with the penalty area. The best of free kicks, could have had a go himself.
Excuse me, what was that? You're on a yellow.
I think there's 3 words describe that free kick. Come on, lads, say it with me. Oh my God! Studley have possession as they try and sneak into United's half. Ball towards Gary Turner on the right side. He's got Blake for company. He finds the pass to Danny Stokes, who's under pressure from Glasgow. Finds Byford. Now Wilson flicks it on for Stokes, and it's well cut out by Chris Cox. It's come back to Turner. Lofted ball towards Byford. He's not able to keep it in. It's gone out for a Coventry United throw. Good idea. The execution just wasn't quite there. And the throw in by Glasgow only finds Byford, but it's come back to Glasgow. He's ended up losing it to Byford once again. Crossing opportunity for the captain. Flicked into the air by Stokes, and Morris had to be on his toes there. Came out and gathered the ball.
England's number 1.
So in case you've missed it, the score is Studley 0, Coventry United 1. As things stand, that is going to be good enough for United to be crowned champions today. O'Grady has won the edge of the area, surrounded by white shirts, and ends up losing the ball. Joins, hoofs it forward. Coleman. Blythe beaten to the ball by Robbie Byrne. But it's come to Glasgow now, so United try and play their way out of danger. Blake, under pressure from Turner, boots it towards O'Grady. It's cut out by Joins. Upfield towards Blythe, and that's Glasgow. Maybe too much trickery there from the left back. Turner has got to try and get this one away here. Byford. After the rain we've been having, a beaming sun shining down here on the Beehive. Get me shades out. Let's come to Danny Byford in the centre circle. Lofted ball towards Turner, who's made the run. Good control from Turner. Puts it into the area, and that's cleared by Coleman. Turner tries to get on it again. Under pressure from Blake. Blake gets his head to it, but he can't get to the second ball. Field, Stokes and Prince will go over this one. Prince gets there first. Cox heads it on, too far for O'Grady.
Well played, United!
As Joins heads it back to his goalkeeper Brandon Bunn. Score remains Studley 0, Coventry United 1. Blake chested over to Josh O'Grady on the right wing. should be able to keep this in under pressure from Edwards. He's got Musa in support. Still trying to trick his way through. Plays it down line to Moodim. Cut out by Mullen. It's a throw in. So I believe it's to Studley, and it could be. Well, the referee's having another word with Gary Joins. No yellow card required. It's a throw into Studley. Still 0-0 between Cadbury and Bromsgrove. Great work there from Byrne to beat Moodim. There's it back to Matt Edwards. Will be Bunn. Lofted ball towards Stokes. It's cut out by Prinzel, but the volleyed attempt by Danny Byford on the edge of the area goes wide and high. Wide and high there, so not the best of efforts from Danny Byford. Live coverage of Studley versus Coventry United, live on Hillz FM Matchday.
Come on, United!
As mentioned on the Coventry United ladies Twitter account, the fat lady is clearing her throat as United are 1 up. Wilson. So trying to craft something here. Lofted ball by Mullen. Cut out by Coleman as Bunn tried to get on it. Now slide tackle there from Coleman. As Mullen tried to regain possession, it has gone out for a Studley throw just in front of the United dugouts. Taken quickly by Edwards. Gets it back from Joe Knight into the area. Prinzel tries to clear it. And Stokes, he's got the ball back inside the area. Glasgow a little bit too hesitant there. Lays it up to Gary Turner. Crossing opportunity towards the near post. Cox couldn't deal with it. Overhead kick attempt. It's blocked. Grady now has the ball. United try and clear the danger. He's being forced back towards his goal. He's lofted it onto the right hand side for Moodim. Too powerful for the United right back. It's a throw into Studley on the halfway line. The visitors look fired up for this one now. Here's Byford. The ball just missed ahead of Josh Blake, but it's found its intended target, Gary Turner. Byford. Lofted ball by Knight. Stokes tries to get there. It's cleared by Glasgow. Knight. And that's Byford on the byline. Lays it off for Turner. Crosses it into the area. Headed by Stokes towards Byford. Cox gets there first. Glasgow. Now Blythe as United try and get the ball away. O'Grady. Blythe. Lays it off for Cox with the ball. And well, Cox had outrun the ball. Glasgow wasn't far enough up the pitch. And Rob Prinzel and Danny Stokes there having a bit of an altercation there. Rather powerful tackle from Prinzel. And Blake with the ball on the left-hand side of the penalty area after the ball upfield. Down line. Rich Blythe. He's got Blake in support as well as O'Grady and Glasgow. Glasgow makes the run. It's still Blythe. Plays it into the centre. Musa. First touch was a little bit heavy, but Cox makes sure it goes over Burgess on the right. Upfield to O'Grady, moved him in support as well as Cox. Tries to get past his man. Lays it off for Musa. Finds Moodim on the right wing. Crosses it in. Caught at the near post by Brandon Bunn. 25 minutes gone here at the Studley Sports Centre, often known as the Beehive. Score remains Studley 0, Coventry United 1. Josh O'Grady free kick. And for the second time in the last couple of weeks, United taking advantage of a quick refereeing decision. There's a throw into Studley. As Coleman has to go over and retrieve the ball. So a few score updates from the Premier League. Everton 1, Bournemouth 1. The other games in the Premier League remain 0-0. Coventry City leads Sheffield United by 2-0. As things stand, Bromsgrove are still drawing 0-0 at Cadbury. Free kick taken. It's Mullen crossing Coventry, trying to beat Moodim. Opportunity goal and just clawed over the crossbar there from Rich Morris. I believe it was Robbie Bunn. He tried the speculative effort. It was dipping into the top corner. But the big palm of Morris able to ensure they didn't go in. Able to divert it out for a corner, which will be taken by, I believe it's Kyle Mullen, who's gone over to take it. Opportunity for Studley to draw level. Stokes makes the near post, couldn't get his head onto it. Blythe heads it back into the area, and Turner strikes, blocked by Musa. And now O'Grady has the ball upfield, lays it up for Cox, and the first touch wasn't there. Lack of communication there between the attacking midfielders of Coventry United.
Rob, get in!
We've got to regroup here as Bunn has the ball for Studley. Put into the centre circle with Danny Byford. Turner's got space on the right. The veteran right back is found. Puts it into the area, should be simple for Morris, and he got there eventually. He wasn't in the best of positions, but he was able to adjust himself and get to the ball. So don't forget, United can wrap up the title today with even a point. As things stand, Bromsgrove aren't doing enough, and United are doing more than enough.
Keep going, Tommy.
Moodim in the centre of the park. Lays it back to Burgess. Lofted ball by the centre back towards Cox. He's let it go. And Bunn has possession now. Fires it towards the head of Wilson. And Burgess puts it out for a corner. Sorry, throw in, I should say. Bunn tries to cross it into the area. Stokes has got it on the edge under pressure from Glasgow, former Coventry United man. Trying to spoil United's promotion party there, and that's a nasty challenge from Rob Prinzel on Gary Turner. That's the second questionable tackle that we've seen from Rob Prinzel today. Turner's gone down in some discomfort. It looked like a nasty landing. Maybe he's making a little bit more of it than he needs to. But the trainer has been called over to assist Turner, who is holding his ankle. And it was a particularly nasty challenge from Prinzel. I've got no doubt he was going for the ball, but it was mistimed. And that is a yellow card for the United man, who checks on Turner before making his way back into the area to defend this free kick. So half an hour played. United still lead by 1-0. Josh O'Grady asking the referee if he could take a free kick quickly. The referee said he could. And he just chipped it into an empty net as Brandon Bunn was preparing himself at the near post. So we're ready for this free kick now, to be taken by Joe Knight. Just a one-man wall of Tommy Glasgow has been forced to stand the required 10 yards. As United better to put this one into the area. I'm counting 4 white shirts in the area and 1 on the edge. Knight puts it in. It's headed away by Coleman. Back in the Studley possession with Mullen, puts it into the air once again. Coleman makes sure that it does not outstay its welcome in the United area. Moodim hoofs it away after the throw-in. They got his head onto it, but it's only going to go as far as Brandon Bunn in goal. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter at Matchday Hillz. Anything you would like to say on today's game? Who do you think should be our Hillz FM man of the match? Let us know. Say Glasgow chip clearance is charged down by Danny Byford. And Glasgow is going to take the throw, pulling his socks up. Glasgow throws it down. And we've just got a score update from Bromsgrove. Apparently Bromsgrove are losing. We're going to try and find out what's happened over there, but they are away at Cadbury. So remember, Bromsgrove have to win to even have a hope of spoiling United's promotion party today. Blythe plays it onto the left. Glasgow on the edge of the area. And well won back there by Turner. And I can confirm, after 30 minutes, it's Cadbury Athletic 1, Bromsgrove Sporting 0. So right now, Bromsgrove, they have to win in order to even give themselves a remote hope of winning the league. So in a game which really they should be winning at Cadbury, but don't forget United did lose there earlier in the season. But they're losing. Bromsgrove are losing at the minute. But of course, there's still another hour of football to go at both grounds. So as things stand, things are going absolutely perfectly for Coventry United. Bromsgrove losing by 1-0 at Cadbury, and United leading by 1-0 here at Studley. So right now, it's a complete opposite of what Bromsgrove need. They need United to lose by a considerable margin. United have a throw just in front of their dugout. It's going to be taken by Pierre Moodin. Cut out by Byford. Field by Edwards. Here's Wilson. Can't keep it away from Blythe. And Musa, surrounded by white shirts. They've got to try and get this one away. Up line. Blake will keep it in. Lays it off for Cox. Couldn't keep the ball. It's hoofed clear by Joins. Wilson tries to beat Burgess there, and Burgess unable to keep the ball away. Charlie Wilson. Now Mullen, crossing opportunity. And it should have been an easy catch there for Rich Morris, but he fumbled it over the crossbar. Morris is claiming that he had already gone out off the crossbar before he touched it. He did certainly get a touch on the ball. It appeared that the ball had gone over the crossbar, and obviously Morris had put his hands up to ensure it wasn't going in, but the ball took a touch off the fingers of Rich Morris before going out. Here we go, it's going to be Knight to take it, punched clear by Morris on the line, but a volley attempt is just wide from Danny Stokes. As Morris was on the floor, Stokes tried his luck and was very close to equalising. A man with a point to prove, the former Coventry United man. And a goal at Vicarage Road. And would you believe this? Watford 0, Aston Villa 1. Aston Villa are actually winning. Well, they're leaving until there's nothing to play for, don't they? Morris will take the goal kick.
We love you, Stokesy.
Cox heads it on, chested by Blake towards O'Grady. O'Grady's got possession, surrounded by Studley players, and they're able to dispossess him. Down the line by Turner. Now Stokes tries to get away from Glasgow, and well in there from Glasgow to win the ball back with a side change. It has gone out for a throw into Studley. Turner throws it up line. Byford. Wilson. United, good pressure here. And Blythe tried to get away. Stokes get his foot to it. Glasgow's going to take this throw. United in no hurry at the moment. United are nearly there. With 10 minutes to go until half-time, they're winning and Bromsgrove are losing. But of course, they've got to keep their pedal on, well, their foot on the pedal, I should say. And Moodin wins the ball back after an attempted clearance from Joins. Moodin still going, dodges two challenges. He's got space on the right hand side now. Advantage played by the referee. Crosses it in towards Blake and caught at the near post by Brandon Bunn. Fantastic work there from Pierre Moodin, dodging the challenges of Kyle Mullen and Orin Penley. And a free kick given there against Jamie Coleman on Charlie Wilson. In fact, now Robbie Bunn is being called over by the referee. He wasn't involved in the foul. I can only assume that he's been throwing around some rather choice language.
Oh, he's having it for that tackle over there.
In fact, he's having a quick word with Bunn for that challenge there on Pierre Moodham. So a final warning for Robbie Bunn. Free kick's taken. Stokes loses it in the area to Pierre Moodham. Now O'Grady. A stern challenge there from Knight results in I believe it's a free kick.
Terry gives away! Terry gives away! Terry gives away! Terry!
Musa plays it over to Prindle. Now Glasgow. Option with Chris Cox, tries to find him. Cox slips and loses it. Byford, now Turner. Cox gets his foot there first. He's got Blake in support. And it's put out for a Coventry United throw-in by Turner. And a goal, the Hawthorns. West Brom 0, West Ham 1. So the Hammers lead at the Hawthorns. The Coventry United throw-in to be taken by Tommy Glasgow in a decent position. Into the area. O'Grady. Opportunity to shoot here. He turns, puts it into the area. Blake is back to goal. He's pushed in the back there by Joins. It's ended up coming to the goalkeeper Brandon Bunn. Nothing doing according to the referee. It's always a tough situation there for Blake. He's back to goal under pressure from the big centre back. Of course, we'll take you through the half-time scores as soon as the whistle goes here at the Beehive. So about 7 minutes of normal time remaining in the first half. United playing a little bit of keep away here. They've lost the ball. Came off O'Grady last. Moodham cuts out the throw, finds his captain Chris Cox, and volleyed away by Rich Blythe. Where Blake is waiting, Penley heads it away. It's once again come to Blythe. Lofted ball towards Blake once again, but this time it's going to go to Gary Joins, and hoofed away by the big centre-back. Prinzel did well to get the ball away from Stokes. Now Glasgow with Stokes trying to muscle in. It's come to Blythe. Now he's off for Prinzel once again. Studley not allowing their opponents a second on the ball here. O'Grady, he's going to be careful. Byford's right behind him. Now Blythe back to Glasgow on the left. Imagine just playing a little bit of you have it, I have it. The clearance blocked by the head of Blythe. Stokes clears it and finds Wilson. Coleman gets his head onto the ball. A lofty clearance by Burgess. Cox tries to win it back, and he does, but he's handed it first before Penley. And that is a goal kick. Penley did well to force Cox into a mistake. Good work once again from the Coventry United captain. Good pressure from the Studley centre-back. The score of the Ricoh Arena remains Coventry City 2, Sheffield United 0. And at the Triplex Sports Association ground, it's still Cadbury Athletic 1, Bromsgrove Sporting 0. It's a crucial result there, so whatever United do at this point, they're going to be champions anyway because Bromsgrove have to win. And it's gone out for Coventry United throw-in as Matt Edwards puts it not only out of the pitch but over into the next one. It's gone over the fence into the 3G pitch. Moody looking for some options with a throw. Finds Cox. Tries the back heel. It's come off a Studley man and gone out for another throw-in.
Liam Cook. There's anyone, Liam Cook. Thank God. Liam Cook.
You know fans aren't nice to me, do you know that?
Thank God.
Wilson tries to get to the ball under pressure from Coleman. The United man does well to win the ball back. Prinzel plays it back to his goalkeeper, Rich Morris. Wasn't that much to do today. Hoofed away by the United number 1. Byford. Plays it on to Turner. United not playing with that intensity that they usually do. Just happy to accept the 1-0 win at the minute. Coleman nods it forward. Prinzel nods it forward again, only as far as Danny Stokes, the former United man. Heads it towards Byford. Cox gets in there, slide tackle. It's come off Cox last as Turner takes the throw. Stokes, he's put it straight out for another throw, and this time to Coventry United. So about 4 minutes of normal time remaining in this first half. Studley 0, Coventry United 1. Early goal from Josh O'Grady. But apart from that, United haven't really created a lot. Low effort from Chris Cox in the first couple of minutes. So far, apart from the goal, the best they could conjure up. They've only had 2 real efforts at goal. Blythe does his best to try and make sure the ball goes away, but Rob Prinzel, he's got to be careful. He's committed another foul. This time on Wilson, and Prinzel has got to be careful. He's already got a yellow card, and another foul's been given. This time, a foul by Musa on Joe Knight. The referee just telling the United players, go on, tone it down a little bit. And Kyle Mullen's going to take this. A low cross. Blythe puts it out towards Turner. It's come to Wilson. Slips. And Prinzel will play this one away. Ball down line, and Blake has got acres of space here. Josh Blake on the left-hand side. Prinzel making the run with him, as well as Glasgow and O'Grady. Into the area now. Josh Blake crosses it towards the far post. It's come O'Grady. Sure, he's going to have a go now. He took too long with it. And it's cleared by Matt Edwards. A cruncher chance there from Gift Musa on Joins. It's Studley playing on. It's 3-on-3 here. Robbie Bunn lays it off. That's a long range from Kyle Mullen. I think he went towards the corner flag. I think he's just gone out for a goal kick. A very poor effort there from the Studley winger. Of course, you've got to try them from there, but they don't always have to be decent efforts. And the referee having a quick word with Gift Musa, who's put in some questionable tackles in the last couple of minutes. And another goal from Cadbury. Cadbury 2, Bromsgrove 0. So 1 minute before half time, Cadbury have doubled their lead. So as it stands, it would take a miracle for Bromsgrove to stop this promotion party. That champagne is not going to be on us for much longer. Another 45 minutes.
We are Premier League. I said we are Premier League.
He's got the champagne!
Actually, it was Pete just put him on my feet. As I speak, the champagne's being stolen. I repeat, the champagne is being stolen. Hey, you don't trust me with it.
Champions! Champions! Champions!
So as things stand, Cadbury Athletic lead Bromsgrove by 2-0. United lead 1-0 in their game, as Blake nearly got through on goal, but unable to just gather it in time. So as things stand, United will regain their 6-point gap. This is Bromsgrove's last game. United have still got another meeting with Littleton on Tuesday. So as things stand, then it's game over. United have won the title, but of course, we're going to wait until the final whistle before we can celebrate. Right now, United just seem content with this 1-goal lead. They haven't really been pushing forward as much as we've seen them this season, but focused on defence as Studley are trying to force their way back into this game. Lofted ball towards Stokes. Coleman will make sure that one goes out for a goal kick. We're expecting the half-time whistle very shortly. And once again, Rob Prindel's got to be careful. He's already on a yellow card. He's been given a final warning by the ref for another foul, and he's still voicing his opinion towards the referee. He's got to be careful.
Get in! You need to get 2-0 before you do that.
Might have to take this goal kick as the referee is going to be blowing his half-time whistle very shortly. Cox nods it on. Blake controls. Good pressure from Byford to win the ball back now. Edwards striding forward down the centre. Wilson. And now Musa will deal with this one and make sure that United can breathe easy for the next few seconds. Moodin, down line. Musa. Still got the ball despite a good challenge. Blythe. Lofted ball towards Blake, just a bit too much. But Edwards nearly dispossessed from Moodin. Edwards, long ball. And there's nothing but open pitch down that end though. Studley men waiting. And another goal at the Hawthorns. West Brom 0, West Ham 2, and Watford have equalised at home to Villa. And the referee brings the first half proceedings to an end. They're nearly there. Another 45 minutes. And Coventry United will be crowned champions of the Midland League Division 1. So at half-time, Coventry United leads Studley by 1-0 and Bromsgrove are losing by 2-0 at Cadbury. So whatever happens here at the Beehive, United are going to be champions as things stand. So Josh O'Grady with a free kick, around 10 minutes in, asking the referee whether he could take it quickly. The referee said yes. And he plucked it into the net. Beautiful finish. Brandon Bunn certainly wasn't ready for it. But apart from that, has pretty much been the only meaningful effort on goal, except for long-range volley from Danny Stokes, following a corner when Rich Morris was on the floor. Not the most spectacular of halves, but so far so good for Coventry United. Another 45 minutes and the champagne can be popped open. So let's go through the half-time scores around the ground, starting off with the Premier League. Everton 1, Bournemouth 1, Newcastle United 0, Crystal Palace 0, Stoke City 0, Sunderland 0, Watford 1, Aston Villa 1, and West Bromwich Albion 0, West Ham United 2. Hey, that's mine, you cheeky sod. Trying to nip my Kit Kats now.
Drop down now.
Believe me, the one thing
Stick it in your bike stand, you won't lose it.
The one thing you never want to do with a fat bloke is threaten to take his food, because believe me, he will fight you to the death for it. Right, on to Sky Bet's championship. After that, well, I don't know what it was, but you know what, getting a little bit unprofessional here. Right, Sky Bet championship. Bolton Wanderers 1, Hull City 0. That's a final score. Bolton beating Hull at the Macron. On to the half-times, Brentford 3, Fulham 0, Bristol City 1, Huddersfield Town 0, Ipswich Town 1, Milton Keynes Dons 1, Leeds United 0, Charlton Athletic 1. So, like Villa, they leave it until they're relegated to start winning. Nottingham Forest 0, Wolverhampton Wanderers 0, Reading 0, Preston North End 0, Rotherham United 0, Blackburn Rovers 1, and Sheffield Wednesday 0, Cardiff City 0. On to Sky Bet League 1, Blackpool 0, Wigan Athletic 4. That seals promotion back to the Championship for Wigan. On to the half-time scores now. Barnsley 0, Colchester United 1, Burton Albion 1, Gillingham 0, Chesterfield 1, Bury 0, and listen to this, Coventry City 2, Sheffield United 0. Crewe Alexandria 0, Doncaster Rovers 0. In fact, we just got another goal from Chesterfield. They're 2-0 up at home to Bury now. Millwall 2, Oldham Athletic 0, Rochdale 1, Swindon Town 2, Scunthorpe United 0, Port Vale 0, Shrewsbury Town 0, Peterborough United 1, Southend United 0, Bradford City 1. And finally, on to Sky Bet League 2, Barnet 1, Yeovil Town 0, Cambridge United 0, Plymouth Argyle 0, Carlisle United 0, Oxford United 1, Dagenham and Redbridge 0, Crawley Town 0, Exeter City 0, Morecambe 0, Hartlepool United 0, Portsmouth 0. I tell you what, the Portsmouth fans will be livid if that ends 0-0. That journey for a 0-0 draw, can you imagine it? Leyton Orient 0, Mansfield Town 0, Newport County 0, Notts County 1, Northampton Town 2, Luton Town 0, Stevenage 0, AFC Wimbledon 0, Wycombe Wanderers 0, Accrington Stanley 0, and finally York City 0, Bristol Rovers 1. Well, that is it for the first half of action here at the Beehive. So far, so good for Coventry United. They're 1-0 up, Bromsgrove are 2-0 down. So as things stand, then the promotion party will begin at, I'd say about 10 to 5.
Party!
So get the streamers ready, prepare the party poppers, because we are having a celebration this evening here at the Beehive. But it's going to wait for another 45 minutes, I'm afraid. So join us for the second half of Studley versus Coventry United, where we are going to have a little bit of a celebration as Coventry United seal promotion and the title for a third successive season. Half-time score here at the Beehive is Studley 0, Coventry United 1. We'll be back in around 5 minutes here on Hillz FM Matchday.